Hey guys, Colton here from the Even Kingdom, and welcome to a new What If series. This one was recommended by an account called Jamie White. So if you're watching this, sorry it took over 2 months to get this part out. There was a lot of work that needed to be done, and it's been a while since I'd seen GX, so some of it I had to really refresh myself on. And also how to come up with decks, and that took the longest. Anyways, I got this. Anyways, I'm starting this part now. But before I start the what if, feel free to leave any suggestions for future what ifs in the comments below, or any future video in general that you would like to see. And also, sorry for the lack of uploads. I've just been focused on enjoying myself, taking time to spend with family on the holidays. So yeah, there's my apology for not making any Christmas or New Year's videos. Anyways, also, this one's not gonna be as I won't be working on this one as frequently as my other what if. Mostly because that one I'm about done with, and B, I have a more solid story for that one. This one I'm really racking my brain on to figure everything out. Oh yeah, and also, the picture I'm using for this series is not owned by me. Credit goes to the original artist. I just used it because it really fits with the title of this video. And that's, what if Team RWBY was in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? I actually had a conversation with the person who recommended it, so we gained some idea. Well, so I gained some ideas for the what if. He also suggested 2 other what ifs that I may work on in the future. Anyways, I'm only gonna go through some of the what if, and I may not add anything for season 3 of GX, and I haven't seen anything for season 4, so yeah, expect this to be a little shorter than my other one. And I also wrote down a few things. And if there's any suggestions you can make to make this series better, please let me know. Well, I'm happy to listen. And I'm already expecting this to not go as well. And without any ado, let's start. And the first question I had when coming to this is, how? But luckily, there's a moment in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX where we could somewhat make the excuse. And that's the duel between Jaden and Duel. Now, I remember this duel because I've seen it online. But basically, Duel activated its super polymerization to fuse the spirit world and human world together. But Jaden activated something in response, allowing him to activate super polymerization and to fuse him and Duel together. In doing so, I'm gonna say that caused the duel to enter a draw, and the power of the first super polymerization had to be either restrained or altered, leading us to, Remnant. Now, Team RWBY's just relaxing, getting ready for their vacation. And where suddenly, reality kind of starts turning white for them. After confusion, and then they all pass out, they wake up to see they're on the sidewalk. They get up to hopefully find where they're at, only to see trees in a new building. Tried looking around, only to find out that they're stuck on an island. eventually campus security would come find them and bring them to the headmaster. I forget his name. So, yeah. I'm just gonna call him headmaster. This is actually sometime before everyone got to Duel Academy. By that, I think around a day maybe? A few hours? I don't really know when and they get to Duel Academy. Anyways, the headmaster asks about them and they are just confused on why they're there or how they got there. And a long, confusing conversation happens. Eventually, the headmaster, considering this, thinks, well, since you girls are obviously don't have any home to go back to, here's what I'll do. You will be transfer students. But you all will have to start off in Slicer Red. And since you probably don't have any duel experience, I'll check if we can find any extra decks for you. The girls, at least having some sense of what they're doing, get their decks. They don't know how to duel, so the headmaster says on the first day of class, they'll have one of the freshmen and teach each one of them how to duel so they can understand the gist. Now, everything happens to the first day of class, meaning Jaden gets there, and they have the talk about Slicer and dorm. The girls mostly been staying in the headmaster's room until class started, which I'll say happens. Oh yeah, I actually seen this, so it happens pretty soon. Meaning, when they do it, they decide, the headmaster decides, and the best way to teach them is have a freshman from the same dorm. That way they know who it is and can start getting acquainted. So we have Jaden versus RWBY. I actually wrote this one down. Now, RWBY ends up taking the first turn and with a little knowledge from the basics. So I'm just gonna go over their decks right now before I continue. Now, when me and the commenter were discussing, he suggested RWBY have a Black Rose deck, which I honestly agree with, but for the series, I want to stay in the theme, so I'm not gonna add Synchros to it. So I gave RWBY an Elemental Hero deck. I kind of gave her a Spellcaster Ice deck. It seemed a little honestly, I want to say ninja, but I don't really remember if there was many ninja deck users in GX. So I decided for a Beast and Warrior deck. I'll go over their aces in a later part. And Yang, I just gave her a basic Warrior deck. Nothing special about it. Anyways, RWBY, he ends up starting the duel off. And I'd say she played, and I'm gonna go into detail for this. Well, not much detail, but he basically puts Woodsman in attack mode. Jaden gets a polymerization off. Yeah, RWBY's not gonna win this duel. Well, but I will at least note this part. When RWBY actually gets Elemental Hero Nosp onto the field and activates the spell card, meaning she summons Elemental Hero Poison Rose. I could have said the word, sorry. I mean, it's been a while since I looked at the card, okay? Anyways, Ruby somehow gets a decent and playing, and really shocking everyone else. Okay, sorry about that. I thought there was something on my screen. Apparently it was a recording icon. I never noticed it before. Moving on. Yeah, Ruby, he does somehow get an upper hand with her combo, but Jaden also had an elemental hero on Thunder Giant. So yeah, Ruby still loses the match. And, well, everything just continues normally. Team Ruby actually gets to select their dorm and, well, this is between Volume 1 and 2, Team Ruby. Not anywhere further, so yeah. This voice is pretty much screaming at the top of her lungs. Okay, if someone can animate that, please do. You know, I want to see it. Anyways, they end up meeting everyone, and they become decent friends with Jaden, Cyrus, and Chumley. With how friendly in early series Chumley was. And honestly, nothing really changes except in the story, Team Ruby's getting a little more acquainted with dueling. But yeah, nothing really changes until the rematch with Jaden and Jazz as is over. Yeah. Okay, really need. Okay, I'll say during this, Ruby been getting a way more acquainted with dueling than everyone else. It does here that if you get to Obelisk, you actually have a better living condition. Meaning, Weiss's plan is to get high marks to reach Obelisk. Yang, yeah, she doesn't really care much. She's just enjoying the change of pace. So is Blake. Plus, Blake doesn't really need to bother with, well, White Fang. Oh yeah, should probably mention this. Blake, she's still wearing her bow, mostly because Faunus don't really exist in this universe, and if they'd seen she had cat ears, well, that would make things a little more complicated. So she's been wearing her bow all the time. And I think they also go into some detail of trying to figure out how they got there. And the most they really heard was from Banner about ancient Egyptian magic. Which, yeah, something they wouldn't really understand. But yeah, time goes on, they improve. Then the placement tests come. Chaz and Jaden still have their duel. Jaden wins. But after that, and they continue. I won't go into much detail. Blake and Yang still duel. They do decent. And not enough to get a promotion, but decent. But I will have this duel, all for fun. And that's Weiss versus RWBY. Now, Weiss is a lot more of a full-blown thinker. But RWBY is also just the main character. I'll say this. Weiss does have a few strong plays with Ice Enchanters to Ice Majesty, or Ice Queen if you read the manga. And she's decent with her deck. RWBY just has way more variety to her deck and summons Elemental Hero. Well, the Elemental Hero Fusion with Heat in Lady Heat. And she's proving how far she came from her first duel with Jaden. And leading to RWBY winning that duel. I'll say RWBY got at least a passing grade since it's not mostly about card games. But like Jaden, chooses not to go to Raw. And I'm gonna end it here. Tell me what you thought on the what if there's anything I could do to improve it. Again, this is my first Yu-Gi-Oh! What if, so yeah, really gonna be difficult. Well, be patient with these uploads, and I'll hopefully see you all next time. Bye.